know we make things shake. You know I gets that money,
all day.
that cake, I gets that bread. You know we make things shake. You know I gets that money, that cake, I gets that bread.
I'm back in the building.
You know I get that money.
Put a little dirty South swag up in here. Well, you know what it is.
Where they're from, so that, you know, the study starts on an even playing field. And then you look at things like, did the successful people have a single family household they were raised in, or a two-parent household? Did the successful people have a certain level of education that the unsuccessful? You look at variables, right? Things that change amongst the two groups, and you look at things that are the same, things that aren't, and it leaves you with facts, right? On a larger scale. It is a fact, right? From tons of studies like this in prisons, outside of prisons, looking at successful people, looking at unsuccessful people, looking at people with mental health issues that are successful and people with mental health issues that aren't, just looking at a wide variety of things. It is statistically proven that when you birth a child and you bring them in the world and they only have you as a single mother, they are worse off than they are than a parent that has both, than a child that has both parents. This is statistically proven. So as y'all spread y'all feelings about Father's Day and what's going on with baby mamas and baby daddies, it is statistically a fact that when you motherfuckers have children and you think that it is better off that the child is just with you, and they don't have a wide variety of resources where there are males and females involved in their upbringing, when you think that it's better to just be stuck, it is not. It's not like that because love is saying that. It's not like that because, you know, this is the way I want it to be. It's like that because even if you say fuck me and just go look it up, it is statistically a fact. So with that being said, happy Father's Day, and I'm going to read y'all some father facts, right? So it says, just a fact, the absence of a biological father contributes to the increased risk of child maltreatment. It shows that a study shows that CPS, like Family Child Protective Service agencies, they have reason to actually pay more attention to households where the biological father is absent when we talk about maltreatment or child abuse, right? It says there is a higher risk of abuse and neglect to children despite the social father living in a household or the dating mother, meaning like a stepfather or the dating mother. It's not true for every single case, right? Because some of y'all kind of slow. Statistics are based on the majority, right? It's like if you are, let me break it down so some of y'all not in left field, right? If, let's just go with a small number. If 20 people walk behind a building, right? 20 people walk behind a building and 17 of them come back, knocked across their head, bleeding out the side of their head. They went round there, something bust them upside their head. 20 people went round the building, right? We're just talking about statistics. 20 motherfuckers walked around the building, 17 came back with their head like knocked in. 3 people came back and their head wasn't knocked in, right? How many of y'all gonna go with the stat of 3? How many of y'all gonna look at the 17 and say, you know what? Because 3 people didn't, I'm gonna walk around that corner. This is the way that y'all be talking when y'all be like, well, my single mama raised me and I turned out all right. Okay, great, wonderful. You're one of the 3. We looking at the 17. Bitch, I'm not going around that corner. Not going around there. Yeah, you're right. Everybody didn't get their head bashed in. But the fact that more than like 80% of the motherfuckers that went around the corner got knocked upside their motherfucking head, we won't be going around there. Y'all understand what I'm explaining? Some of y'all might take y'all chances. Go ahead. This is the Russian roulette game that y'all play with y'all children when y'all keep talking about y'all just want them stuck up around y'all. Y'all always talking about what a baby daddy did or didn't do. 17 motherfuckers go around the corner. 20 motherfuckers go around. 17 go around and get bust upside their head. 3 didn't. And this is y'all. You gonna take your chances with them 3. Bitch, you're retarded. Let me move on to more facts. It says just a fact. Children living in a female-headed home with no spouse present have a poverty rate of 47.6%, over 4 times the rate of children living in married couples' families. I'm going to read it again, just the fact. Children living in female-headed homes with no spouse present have a poverty rate of 47.6%, over 4 times the rate of children living in a married couple family household. It says just a fact. Father absence is to blame for many of our most intractable social ills affecting children. Meaning when you have social issues as a child, mental health issues, a lot of that comes from lack of a father. Boys have, just a fact, boys have fewer behavioral problems and girls have fewer psychological problems when their dads are involved. It says father involvement seems to reduce the occurrence of behavioral problems in boys and psychological problems in young women, as well as enhancing cognitive development while decreasing delinquency and economic disadvantage in low-income families. It says just a fact. Men with absent fathers are more likely to become an absent father themselves. It talks about generational impact. Men who grew up with absent fathers are more likely to become an absent father. They also find that women who grew up with absent fathers are more likely to have children with absent fathers. Just a fact. It says children with imprisoned fathers are more likely to have depression. Just a fact. Adolescent teenage boys who live with their dads are less likely to carry guns and deal drugs. This is statistically proven. It says they found that individuals from father-absent homes are 279% more likely to carry guns and deal drugs than peers who live with their fathers. This is stuff that, like, y'all get upset at me when I say it, right? A lot of y'all females, you hate it. You hate that I talk about this kind of shit. You hate that I bring it up. But regardless of how y'all feel about y'all baby daddies, regardless of your struggles that you had with your daddy, why would you repeat the same cycles with your children and statistically set them up to be behind their peers? Because that's what you're doing. It is a fact. You can look it up. They've did a study multiple times all over the country. Households that are headed by a father, no mother involved, just a father, they produce statistically the same product as a 2-parent household. But when you take a household that is headed by just a female, the product is the worst out of all 3 of them. Meaning if you take a single father-headed household, a 2-parent-headed household, and a single mother-headed household, the single mother-headed household produces the worst product. It is a fact. They've done all kind of studies with prisons all over the United States. The majority of people locked up come from a single mother-headed household. That's a fact. It's a fact. It's like you could be mad at your baby daddy, but you can't argue with the fact that if somebody sent you to go to every prison across the United States and ask every prisoner, like, and you just keep tally mark on how many people in here that grew up with 2 parents, and how many people in here that grew up with 1 parent, and the 1 parent, was it a father or a mother that raised you? Majority of the people in all the motherfucking prisons, they grew up with a single-headed female in their household. And you don't gotta believe me. Go Google it. Go look it up. Don't listen to nothing I'm saying. Just go look it up. Just go look it up. Don't take my word for it. Just go Google it. And then when you understand what I'm saying about what's happening in this country, because it stemmed from the late 60s and 70s when they created this whole welfare movement, right? We're going to help the poor and the minorities more by creating welfare programs to assist them. But a good majority of the programs were set up where you cannot be married or in a relationship where the male is actively living with you. This is when this mindset started, that this would be better. And then statistically, it shows from the late 60s and 70s till now, the shit doesn't produce a good product. No, let me explain something to y'all. I don't care if your baby daddy not around because he a deadbeat. I don't care if your baby daddy not around because you push him to not be around based on your emotions and your attitude. I don't care if your baby daddy not around because he passed away. I don't care if your baby daddy not around for family reasons. It don't matter. The statistics still apply to your children regardless of why the man is not around. This is what I want y'all to understand. This is why I teach solutions like making sure that not only do you give a valid, mature effort to make sure your children have a relationship with both parents, but that you also build a group of resources for your child that has positive male role models as well as positive female role models. Meaning, even outside of your kid's father, there should be other mature men that are doing positive things that you're able to maintain a relationship with. It doesn't have to be an intimate relationship. It could be uncles, cousins, brothers, community leaders that are involved with raising your children. Your children should experience discipline and getting information from both men and women, not just females. And the idea is, don't take my word for it. Look it up. Just go read a book for yourself. A lot of y'all hate to see me live because you feel like I say stuff that you can argue with. But when we talk about what's a fact, what's a statistic, and I didn't say welfare itself was created in the 60s or 70s. I said there was, and you can go look this up since y'all want to argue with me. This is why I'm saying you got to read, because this is all I do. Y'all got to understand, this is how I make my living, off of knowing what the fuck I'm talking about. Go look it up. In the late 60s and 70s, the government in this country created some additional programs, laws, and rules and regulations that go along with getting added benefits that involve changing who qualify for welfare in general or programs in general that aided households. And it's sad to see some of y'all will sit on here and argue with stuff that you could just click off this live and go Google. Just go Google it. Just go look it up. Don't take my word for it. Assume that I'm wrong and go research. This is a lot of y'all problem. You don't read. You don't look things up for yourself. You don't fact check the sources. You just repeat what you heard somebody else say. And so then when you get on a live like mine, you think that I'm just repeating some shit that I heard. But I understand, and I teach this. I understand why a lot of people listen to react, because most people don't have management of emotion skills. So a lot of them, they don't realize the things I'm saying are triggering. They don't want anyone to say anything bad about their children, so they feel some type of way. They don't want anyone to critique their parenting. So immediately, instead of listening for information that's factual, they look for something to rebuttal or go against immediately because they're triggered. It creates a negative emotion, and then, of course, they start to listen different. I understand it. The idea is you can tell yourself whatever you want to tell yourself. You can make it seem like your situation is unique and special. But regardless, like I said, of whatever your testimony is, if your children are not getting raised by both men and women, they're statistically going to be behind. It is a fact. The way this country is set up, the way that things are when it comes to, being successful with finances and, family and mental health and things like that, it requires you to have resources. The world is ran by men and women. You have to be able to get along with men and women. You have to have a certain level of respect for the value of men and women. You have to be able to take constructive criticism from men and women. You have to have in your upbringing some sort of experiences, some sort of programming of how to deal with men and women. So for those of y'all that your children only deal with you, the majority of your family is just a bunch of women sitting up around the children, teaching young boys how to be a man based on the emotional capacity of a female, setting our children up where they feel like we are all we got, where it's just you and them. It's not healthy. It's not reflective of success. When y'all get older and you realize, like, in order to really be a productive member of society, you have to have resources. Resources are people, places, and things that support and aid you in being better. Some of y'all, it don't make sense because you don't want it to make sense. You don't want to do better. You don't want to know better. You want things to just pacify your emotions. You want shit to just make you feel good. That's what you're looking for. You're looking for any conversations, any information that matches with what you already feel. You want to stay in that comfortable space and you're not going to grow. Y'all problem is the way that y'all parents did y'all. You can't get no closure or no healing from how your single mother did you, and you doing your children the same way. You handling your baby daddy or your kid's father the same way. I told y'all before, people don't have to be the type of parent y'all want them to be. As the baby mama, you're not the ruler over how the guy is or isn't supposed to operate with his children. All you do is shut the fuck up and be whatever kind of mama you want to be. And you allow a person to interact with their children the way that they want. Half the shit that y'all think is abuse or a reason not to let somebody around their children, it's not. It's just some shit that makes you emotionally not feel good. And because you were never taught how to manage your emotions, you never saw the value in a man being around because your daddy left your ass for whatever reasons him and your mama had going on or whatever she told you. You don't see value in men. So this type of talk that I'm giving, you can't understand it. You can't embrace it. You can't get on the level of just wanting to receive it. And you have a control complex. Absolutely. Your mother had a control complex. Half the baby mamas that are out here saying that they have a deadbeat, they just operating out of a controlling space. A lot of y'all, you realize after I had the child, the nigga wasn't really studying me or it didn't turn out how I wanted. So then it turns into my only leverage, my only way to feel like I have some sort of authority or emotionally matter is to make plays with the children. And that's all this shit is turning out to be. And the product from this kind of shit is not good. I've explained this to y'all. You could try to... Okay, so let me say this, right? I'm going to back up. Most of y'all ain't pleasant. Most of y'all aren't pleasant, right? By pleasant, what I mean is most of y'all are not operating your femininity anyway. Secondly, if we go back to how a lot of these children were born, most of y'all have no respect for a man's input on the child being born, on how to raise the child, on the type of care for the child. And a lot of y'all got it honest. You got it from your mama. She don't see no value. A lot of y'all from the jump, when you first found out you were pregnant, your mother told you you'll be all right without him. The child will be all right without him. She retarded because she don't understand the statistics I explained earlier. But she told you, you know, you'll be all right. It was programmed in your mind that you and the child will be all right without the father. So you went about every decision throughout your pregnancy, through the baby shower, through the gender reveal with that on the front of your brain, that we don't need this person. And so, of course, now that you're parenting, that's how you parent, as if you don't need the other person. But statistically, your mammy was fucking wrong and your mindset is wrong as well. Then when we look at a lot of the situations in which these children are being born, they are not that of which y'all granddaddy and great granddaddy actually birthed children. They are situations where a lot of y'all fucking with people that's fucking with somebody else. You know this. You get pregnant because you want to matter. You keep the child and you operate from a spiteful space from birth. It didn't just turn out like this. If we had sessions, therapy sessions, and conversations about the scenario in which your child was born from, it is reflective of the parents not getting along. And a lot of y'all are not pleasant when it comes to parenting. You can have your attitude about a nigga up and down about whatever they did to you. That's your truth. No one can argue with you about that, right? No one can argue with you about that. But when it comes down to your tone towards the child being able to have access to the father and the father having easy access to the child, that's another story. That's a whole nother story. When it comes to that, you don't know how to operate. So, of course, you do things, manipulative things, emotional things, shit that just has to do with your attitude or your tone towards a situation that makes it where it is not easy for me to access my children. Some of y'all have developed a mindset where you feel like he needs to fight. Why would you want me to have to fight for something that is best for the child? Because it's statistically proven that children, for whatever reason that the father is not around, are a worser product statistically than those that have access to both parents. You don't have to be with the nigga. You don't have to like him. But you have to understand, my child is actually better off having access to both parents than just one. These are just facts. You don't have to like it. Some of y'all don't like how I'm saying it. You don't like that I'm even speaking on this because you don't like your baby daddy, or you want to keep going with your narrative that you were done so wrong that it justifies your children not having access to the father or the father not having access to the children. But that is not the case. It's definitely bitter shit. It's definitely trauma shit. It's definitely unresolved, unmanaged emotions. This is stuff y'all don't want to talk about. And I've said this before, like, people like me, I grew up with a mother and a father in my life, right? And some of y'all, you'll never, because of your mindset, not because you can't, but because of your mindset, you'll never be able to level with me in conversations like this. Not because I'm better than you, but because the way I was raised, I value and I love both parents equally. And so the idea is, as I look about life, I value and I respect men and women equally. I understand that women are greatly valuable, and I also understand that men are greatly valuable. I know how to respect and resolve conflict with women, and I know how to respect and resolve conflict with men. I do not feel like all niggas ain't shit, because I have a father that was very much something. So for me, I know that that's not a fact. So I don't approach things like women are all bad or men are all bad. Some of y'all, you'll never be able to get on this level because of where your mindset is at, because of the generational curses and the family members that are still around you that keep you programmed to believe that there is no value in the opposite sex, because of how the opposite sex might have did your mama, or how you got done in a relationship when it came time for you to interact. But if you're honest, you were never given real skills to have a fair chance at this thing called a relationship. And if you understand what I'm saying, it goes well beyond just your baby daddy or your child's father. What I'm explaining is your kids need to be around men and women. Male, and I'm not just talking about the daddy. I'm talking about having access to both genders, to see positive male role models along with positive female role models. This is why a lot of y'all, you struggle to manage your feelings if you get corrected or you get in some sort of disagreement with the male. You don't know what it feels like. You only know what it feels like to deal with disagreements or uncomfortable environments with women. Y'all, this is the thing. You could come on live, you could try to look at everything you possibly can to try to deflect from what I'm saying. You could try to talk about how I look, how I sound, how I talk, what you think I got going on. Just know, my children have their father in their life. I had my father in my life. My family have plenty of male role models. They have plenty of female role models. We're not over here lacking on anything. So if you were smart, you would get this game, because the idea is you can argue with me all you want, but you can't argue with fact. Take me out of it. Take my tone. Take that you feel like I ain't feminine either. Take that you feel like whatever you feel about listening to me on here, and go Google what the fuck I said, and it's a fact. People that look nothing like me, sound nothing like me, will show you statistically that what I'm saying is correct. Hence the reason why you on a platform watching me on here. This is, and I'm gonna tell y'all something. So somebody typed, and I love that this happened. Somebody said some women not being pleasant is an excuse for men to be deadbeat. That's what she basically trying to say. I said, this is how I know what men go through with women, because that ain't even what I said. I said nothing like that. I said nothing like that. So let me tell y'all something. For one, when you're talking about statistics, you can speak on anybody's situation, because statistics are statistics. Like I said, if 20 people go around the back of a building and 17 come back knocked upside the head, it's fair to say if you go behind that building, whoever the fuck you is, there is a high chance that you're going to get knocked upside your head, right? You go with what the statistics show. The other thing is, a lot of y'all don't realize, it's so obvious when you come on platforms like mine that women only listen with their feelings when they're not mature. Like somebody concluded from what I said that I basically said it's an excuse for men to be a deadbeat when a woman is not pleasant. I ain't say nothing like that. But bitches hear whatever the fuck they want to hear in order to make themselves feel better about their situation. I don't give a fuck what you trout mouth hoes tell y'all self. Any of y'all with kids that you don't have your children around their father and they don't have a plethora of male role models, they're statistically the fuck behind. Sorry you don't want Lil John to be labeled as behind, but bitch, he's behind. I wouldn't give a fuck what you tell yourself. You could twist around what I'm saying. This is statistically a fact, especially for black people, especially for poor black people. I wouldn't give a damn. So now you tell yourself whatever you want, bitch, about me, anything I'm saying, it's a fucking fact. Your children are behind the other children that have a two-parent household. Your children are behind the other children that have access to both male and female role models. Your children are behind them, bitch. It is a natural human instinct and impulse. It ain't about you. It's about the individual, the child, right? It's a natural human instinct to want to know both parts of who made you. This is why even when people are giving up for adoption, this is why even when people know that a parent or both parents don't want nothing to do with them, they still have an inner urge to seek some sort of bond or connection or knowing who they are. This is why people get on the internet and look for their long lost estranged father or mother. It is a natural instinct for people to want to know both parts. You know how y'all leave the daddy's names off the birth certificate for whatever reason, because you don't like them, because they won't sign it or whatever. It is statistically proven that psychologically it affects human beings to not know both parts of who made them. Even if you feel like the other part of them is not worth them knowing, regardless of what you feel and what your experience is with that other party or that other side, it is statistically, biologically, psychologically a fucking fact that people are going to want to know that other side to them. The other thing is, because I can tell that a lot of y'all, you don't interact with your children's teachers. If you talk to, fuck Love Dorsey, go talk to a guidance counselor, go talk to a principal at a school that's been a principal or a high-level educator for more than 5 to 8 years. Go have a conversation with them. They will tell you the same thing I'm telling you, and they probably haven't read the same statistics that I've read. They in the fucking trenches. You have a teacher that's been a teacher for 10 years, and they get to know their students every year that come to their class. The behavior is different in little boys that have a man in the household than little boys that don't. The behavior is different in little girls that have both a father and a mother in their life than little girls that don't. It is a fact. Go to your school. I don't give a fuck if your child in elementary school, middle school, high school, preschool. They will tell you. If there's any educators on here, they will back what I'm saying. Talk to the counselors and the guidance counselors. Y'all think y'all kids straight because you dress them well and they know, you know, whatever you feel like they should know. The guidance counselors and the teachers would tell y'all otherwise. And we're talking about on a statistical scale, not just one individual. If you talk to any guidance counselor in any level of education, they will explain to you, even college level. When we get into young adults, going into colleges by the masses, there is a difference when the children have a male and a female. Your kids behind when they don't. I don't give a fuck what you tell yourself about me, what you don't like about me, my platform, whatever. matching them outfits and posting pictures don't make you a good parent. Setting your children up where they have a plethora of resources outside of just you is what makes you a productive parent. Because it is a fact. When you get grown, life is about not only your work ethic and what you're willing to, grow on, meaning if your mindset is fixed or if your mindset is a growth mindset, but it's also a lot to do with who you know, who you're able to build relationships with. Are you able to interact with both male and female? I counsel so many women on jobs, they struggle to work somewhere where they have a male boss. It feels so uncomfortable because they never knew in their entire upbringing what it feels like to interact with a man on a serious level. I know y'all don't like to hear this. I know I carry on every Father's Day, but I do it for a reason. It definitely takes a village. For y'all hoes that be on social media, y'all Facebook name be just me and my two. Latoya, loving my three, Baker. Bitch, your three need more than you, ho. Your three need plenty of resources outside of you. When you understand what it really takes to thrive, y'all got to think about it. It's a lot of us that are, full grown, willing adults. We want to do better. And we struggle to do that based on not having enough resources to get more information to actually do better. And a lot of y'all really sit here and you keep telling yourself and keep making these weird ass posts like your children are better off with just you. Bitch, get your ass out of here. Y'all think it's some sort of award. Y'all be pregnant, get mad if a bitch asks y'all who the daddy is. Y'all had these baby showers. Y'all want to fight a bitch if they ask why the father not here. Oh, y'all crazy. Setting these kids up over and over again for the same generational curses. And I'm going to tell y'all something. I do these videos on Father's Day for a reason. It attracts a lot of men to my platform. A lot of y'all males that are not actively involved in y'all children's lives. You need to get involved. It is important. Bitches don't know what they doing, bro. From me to you, these hoes don't know what they doing. From me to you, bro, your baby mama don't know what she doing. From me to you, bro, you don't have to listen to how she feels like you should be as a father. Bro, just get in there and do what you can. Bro, just get in there and do what you know how to do. Bro, just get in there and try. Bro, just get in there, put your feet in the water, bro. Just dive in, do what you can do. Bro, get you some people around you that'll encourage you. The more she tell you they don't need you, get you some niggas around you that'll keep telling you your kids need you. Fuck that bitch respectfully and get involved with them kids. I don't give a damn if it's been 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 years and you ain't been involved. She might tell you stay away because you've been away all this time. I'm telling you, and bro, come on now. If you've been on my platform, you know I'm way smarter than your bitch ass baby mama. Bro, them kids need you regardless of what she say. Get in there any kind of way you can, goddammit. If you gotta pull up and catch them coming out to school and just yell out, hey, daddy love you. Do what you gotta do. Stop letting these bitches make y'all feel like in our community that you ain't needed. Cause they fucked up and statistically proven it ain't right. It's not right. It's not right. They don't know what the fuck they're doing. And a lot of them struggle to pick better. Just get in there. Just get in there. And for those of y'all that be on my platform when I make lives like this, because I be so serious on these lives, any other people that commented something negative about me, fuck them people. Spread the word. Look the shit up, share on y'all page and platform the statistics about single mother-headed households, about the effects of an absent father. I don't care what your baby mama say. Your children need you. Fuck her. Your kids need you. Even if it's just you reaching out, letting them know you care. Letting them know you acknowledge that they there. Grown people that grow up and be missing that other part of them, bro, we end up with psychological issues, mental issues, and we try to hide it. We try to suppress it. We go through shit with relationships. We pick the wrong people. We have fucked up attachment styles. We end up in trauma situations that our choices landed us in because we didn't have that full understanding of self, of both sides. The world is made up of men and women. At the very least, your kids need to know what it feels like to interact with men and women. Women are no more valuable to children than men are. This is statistically a fact. For some of y'all, I wouldn't give a fuck if your son's 16, 17 now. Get in there, bro. Get in there. Give him your side. Get in there. Get the fuck in there. Any kind of way you can. Get in there. For those of y'all that, females, males, that you've learned anything from my platform or in any way, shape, or form, you value my knowledge and what I get on here and do, take what I'm saying. I got the way that I am from having both parents in my life. I got this way. I am well-rounded and able to articulate and empathize and understand with women and men. I got this way. A big foundational part of how I got this way. For those of y'all men that be like, damn, I wish I could meet a female like her, bruh. I got this way because my old boy been in my life all my life. All my life. Even when times got rough, all my life. Been there. I don't know what it feel like to not have a father around. And that's a big part of why I am the way I am. Why he can get on here and speak up for women at times and speak up for men at times. I'm telling y'all, it's a big part of it. And knowing that, I'm going to make sure when it comes to my children and anybody in my community, they understand the value in both men and women. I'm a female and I'm telling y'all, I'm no more valuable than a man in your life giving you game or knowledge. Get in there. I wouldn't give a fuck if your child grown, 22, 33. Nigga, get up in there. It helps with their mental health. Get in there. If you a child and you feeling some type of way, get both sides. Get your mama viewpoint, but get your dad's viewpoint. This is what's going to make you a well-rounded person. Get in there. So Tarika's exactly the type of bitch I'm talking about. She said at 16, can an absent father possibly, or I guess she said, what can an absent father possibly say to a young man who he neglected and out of the blue want to be somebody? I'm glad she said this, right? This is why my platform is based around accountability. The type of comment that she made is exactly the problem in our community. I want you to know, girl, you're a part of the motherfucking problem. Because I wouldn't give a fuck if the child was 18. I wouldn't give a fuck if they was 17. I wouldn't give a fuck if they was 22. What's wrong? I want you who commented that, Tarika, or Takira, whatever the fuck your name is. I want you to tell me, what's wrong with a man walking up to their 16-year-old child and saying, I apologize for not being around. This might not be enough to fix, and I don't expect it to be. But I apologize. I want you to know I'm here if you need me, even if you don't want me to ever help with anything. I want you to know you are valuable. My actions don't define. What's wrong with a father doing that? What's wrong with that? It be y'all hoes that would rather a nigga stay around so you can keep yourself feeling the way you been feeling. Y'all bitches ain't for the community. Y'all bitches ain't for our people. If you was, what's wrong with accountability? No matter how late it come. This how y'all so fucking hypocritical. Y'all want Jesus to forgive y'all. Y'all be so in y'all, I'm a Christian, I'm a good person. Every time y'all fuck up, even if you 35, you been sinning and spinning and grinning and running up and down the streets and roads, fucking and doing all kind of crazy shit. Then when you turn 40 and you get mature, you want to get down on your knees, get baptized and ask God for forgiveness, and you want him to receive you in after you neglecting him for 30, 40 years. That's okay. But if a man want to be accountable to a child that he might have been missing on for 5, 10, 15, 18 years, y'all saying, what could he possibly say? The same thing you hoes say to Jesus when you bow down in the motherfucking church at 35, 45, and 50 after you've been skinning and grinning, fucking everybody, sucking dick all in the back alley. He can say the same shit you said, bitch, to try to save your soul. Y'all pussy assholes make my ass itch. What could he possibly say? A lot of shit, ho, that got to do with accountability. Fuck wrong with y'all? And y'all be such big believers in religions and shit that have to do with forgiveness and coming back from doing. Y'all motherfuckers be on crack, fucking fentanyl and all kind of shit for years. Then when you bounce back and get yourself right, you want people to look at you different. Shut the fuck up, Tarika, Takira, whatever the fuck your name is. What's wrong with our fucking society? What could he possibly say? Get your stupid ass on. Y'all laughing, I'm dead ass serious. This the type of shit that aggravates the fuck out of me. Y'all hoes understand forgiveness when it come to y'all. Oh, I'm trying to do better. Bitch, I'm working on myself. How the fuck can you feel like, I don't give a fuck how bad you feel like a person fuck up is. Why would you steer them away from stepping up and doing better? Why? Y'all bitches on crack. And this is why, bro, for any of y'all dudes that be on my platform, this is why I said these hoes don't know what the fuck they doing. Just step in. Fuck what she talking about. Step in. Step the fuck in. They don't even understand. Like, she thought she was going off when she commented that comment. Silly ass bitch. This is the fucking foundation of why people become Christians. Because you can be forgiven. Because you can be a fucking liar, a cheater, a prostitute. It was thieves, liars, cheaters, all kind of motherfuckers in the Bible that in the end asked for. This is the fucking foundation of why you hoes sit y'all ugly asses up in church and be looking for somebody to pray for you and looking for a change in your life and shit. But you gonna say, what can a nigga say to a child that he been missing on for 16 years? A lot, bitch. He can give 16 years worth of apologies and accountability. And guess what? He ain't got to ask you for permission to do it, ho. He could just do it. He ain't got to get your approval to fucking do better. Talk to the teachers at school. Talk to the guidance counselors. Google the shit. Everything I be saying be based on fact. You ain't got to like that I curse and get loud. You ain't got to like how I look. You ain't got to like my platform and what I stand for. You ain't got to like that. The one thing you can't do is get on here and say I'm lying. You can't. You can't. And that's why you bitches be hating me so bad. Because you try to say everything you can to make other people not like me. But this page just keep getting bigger and bigger because I just keep hitting fact after fact after fact after fact after fact. And I ain't gonna stop. For those of y'all that got your tickets to see me live July 1st in Houston, Texas, I fuck with y'all. Anybody that's trying to get a ticket and pull up, I'm talking this same shit in the realm of relationships. I'm tagging these bitches across their motherfucking head if they going against what the fuck I'm saying over and over again. Catch me July 1st, Houston, Texas. You can go on GEAJI.com. GEA, somebody type that on Instagram and Facebook. GEAJI.com and get your ticket. Tickets are also about to go on sale on Eventbrite.com, so you'll see me post the link for that because most of the up-close tickets are sold out. So now you're going to see the regular tickets being posted on Eventbrite.com, so you can look on my page for that. To y'all bitches that don't like me, fuck you. To those of y'all that support my platform, I fuck with you. Please keep pouring into the brand. Anybody that you feel like I triggered you a lot from this live and you feel like you might need a one-on-one conversation to get a better understanding of how to do better in your situation, you could text 678-965-0698 because I'm actually in the trenches helping people. I don't just get on here and talk shit, but I get in the trenches and help people sort shit out. Shout out to those of y'all that's on here that's in my book club. I fuck with y'all. Y'all a higher level group of people that's willing to open y'all mind up and speak on things that are really uncomfortable, generationally cursed ass shit. I fuck with y'all. Again, you can text 678-965-0698. And I'ma always, Tizzy, I'ma always be on this bitch, holding a bitch accountable. I wouldn't give a fuck. You hoes be texting me all kind of shit, selling out, getting mad, calling me ugly, calling me fat, bitch talking about I'm pregnant. Just know I'm paid, not pregnant, in a loving relationship. Children have both parents in their life, actively with plenty of male and female role models, well-rounded personalities, and we check on our mental health on a regular basis instead of sitting around lying about what the fuck's going on. And I'm gonna tell y'all something else. I got a daughter, my youngest daughter, she is 10 years old, and she can describe to y'all exactly what I sat on here and said. She understands at the age 10. She understood ever since age 8. Fathers are very important. I beat it in my children's head so they never grow up and be like you raggedy bitches. My oldest daughter, she knows my main thing. What I tell you, the main thing. I don't want to see you do what, young? Have a what?
Baby.
And be stuck by yourself like these raggedy trout mouth ass bitches be. My daughter, the main thing I repeat over and over again, have you a healthy relationship before you get involved in having children. It's important for children to have both parents. All you motherfuckers that keep encouraging these young girls to repeat the same generational curse shit that we did, having babies when they still a baby, faking like they grown when they ain't grown, pretending like men ain't valuable when they are, repeating the same cycle, and then you hoes come in and help raise them because you got to, because you ain't raised the child worth a damn. So now, you know, the son or the daughter or the grandbaby, they got a mama and a grandma and some aunties, but no male role models because none of you bitches know how to maintain a relationship with a man because a bitch neglected your mental health and you have having that programming to understand how to operate, and it just keeps cycling and keep repeating. I'll be damn. I show my daughters you dumbass bitches all the time. As a matter of fact, when I get off of here, I'm going to let my child read the comments for all the dumb bitches that type the stupid ass shit they type, thinking that what I'm saying is incorrect. And for those of y'all that feel like you might be one of the people that I'm talking about and you want to do better, just text 678-965-0698. You can get in one of my Zooms, and I would definitely give you all the information, all the books, all the shit I know, all the strategies and systems you can use to be better. I'm just looking at y'all like y'all looking at me. Somebody talking about my ribs hurt. Y'all make sure y'all enjoy y'all Father's Day. Happy Father's Day to all the fathers, to all the men that have children. Y'all make sure y'all enjoy the rest of y'all day. For those of y'all that I triggered, I'm not sorry at all. And just so y'all know, I'm going to do this again next Father's Day. And next Father's Day, for those of y'all that know me, you know I did it last Father's Day. If it ain't no day that you don't catch me live, you can catch me live on Father's Day talking this shit. Go to GEAJI.com and get your spot. And I'm telling you, you ain't going to want to miss it. When I'm in Houston, Texas, I'm talking about relationships. I'm going in. It's important. It's culture changing. It's life changing. It's mind changing. The information, like, it will genuinely help you do better. Text 678-965-0698 if you need a one-on-one. If you're trying to figure out how to get, information on just getting in Zooms, booking a one-on-one, or any upcoming events I got, text that number, 678-965-0698. Y'all make sure y'all enjoy the rest of y'all day. Now, did you get me?